Clients only hire people they trust, and testimonials are the quickest way to show a client that you're trustworthy. But let me ask you a question. Which would you trust more? A written review like this, or a video review like this?
And when I had my first conversation with you, I could tell you know your shit.
Now, I think we can all agree that faking a written review is not difficult. However, even with AI, it's almost impossible to fake an authentic and organic video testimonial. So here's how I get video testimonials from pretty much every client that I work with in just 4 simple steps. Step 1, do great work and try to exceed expectation. Obviously, if you don't provide a great service to a client, then it's pretty much impossible for them to give you a great review. So it's really important to provide a great service to the client and also really take care of the client. For example, sometimes when I'm working with a client in regards to naming their company or developing their logo, I will personally recommend that we do extra revisions because I can see an opportunity for either a logo to be potentially better than what it is, or if I see an opportunity with a brand name that if we do a couple more variations, we could land on something which is really great. I will personally suggest that we do that extra work so we can get a better result for the client. So going that extra mile, making sure that the client gets the best result possible and making their life easier, or even just giving like a free upgrade or something, can really help to provide a great experience for the client, which then takes us on to step 2. And that is to set up a Zoom call and make sure you record it. So after you finish the service, after everything is done and dusted, the next step is to try and find a reason to get on a call with the client. Now for me personally, I like to go through the brand guidelines with the client and also make sure they understand how to use all the different files and the logos, for example. And also as well, it's a great opportunity just for them to ask any questions from you. It's easy to forget that we are doing the service every single day. So some pieces of information or some things that we just take for granted are not common knowledge. So the client may ask a question which is really going to help them, which you can easily give them the answer to. And the more caring, supportive and helpful you try to be during this call, the easier you're going to find it to get to step 3, finding the perfect time. Now you want to ask the question, which is step 4, which I'll get to in a second, at the optimal time. And this is usually when you and the client are warmed up and you're just kind of going through things and you just ask a question out of nothing, just casually, just to try and see what their feedback would be in regards to your service and the experience that they've had with you. So once you've found the perfect time, you then move on to step 4, asking the question. Now, asking the question does not under any circumstances mean asking the client for a review. That's actually the exact opposite of what you want to do. And I've made this mistake myself where I've said to a client, oh, can you kind of leave me a testimonial and I'll just record it and then I'll put it on my website. It puts them under so much pressure, and sometimes they're actually quite surprised and they give you something which is super stiff and doesn't really feel very genuine or authentic. So what I like to do, and what I've been doing for years now, is I'll just be having a conversation with a client and I'll just say, listen, I'm just wondering, out of curiosity, what did you find was the highlight of working with me? And how did you find the process? And at that point, I mute my microphone and I shut up. I just shut up and let them speak and speak and speak. And remember, all of this is being recorded. So ultimately, as long as you're being completely silent, you are going to end up with some high quality feedback from the client, which is recorded, which you can then use to create a testimonial for your website. And because you said it very specifically, what was the highlight, the client's mind automatically says, okay, what was the best thing about working with Scott or whatever your name is? Okay, yeah, it was this, and then, I really liked the process. I loved how you really went above and beyond after we kind of decided on the logo, but you said, let's explore a couple more options. Those types of things, when a new client checks those out and they can see that it's genuine and it isn't staged and it isn't forced, it can literally be a game changer. Also, just a quick note, before you end the call, just let the client know, or at least ask them, is it okay if I use this video for things like training and for my portfolio? I just want to make sure that it's okay with you. Is that all right? And to be completely honest, like 99% of the clients are going to be absolutely fine with it. You might get 1 or 2, and I've had maybe 1 over the past 10 years that said, no, it's okay, Scott, just keep that between you and me. And that's absolutely fine. You have to respect the client's wishes. And also, just in case you forget, just to be extra safe, you can put it in your T's and C's so that every client that works with you automatically knows that your terms and conditions state that when you are doing video calls, as long as it's not confidential information about the actual project, you can use that video to showcase the process and just kind of use for marketing ultimately. So yeah, but please ask the client, make sure that they're okay with it, and you should be okay. And if you found this video helpful, then YouTube apparently thinks you're going to find this one helpful as well, which, you know, if you've got nothing else better to do, why not click it? I mean, in all honesty, you've probably got better stuff to do, but, you know, if you liked me, then you would click it. The thing, the video, click the video.